Hello guys, let's play this video game again. ウィザーズ A heavily distorted voice. This can only be one person. Is it Wizards? I was waiting for you to call again. I would like to suggest an exchange. We've read this part already. So selfish. Looks like I will need to take care of this issue first. Ninekor, I want to find out who Wizards is. Time to use the abilities. I don't know, should we do that? They must have their own reasons for not revealing their identity. An undercover investigator, a killer.そうか、ここで複数になってるわけじゃなくて、This means he or she. そのジェンダーニュートラルな表現として複数形作ってるんだね。最近の英語はこうなんだ。A killer, a mysterious monster. What the people from the mansion are trying to do. An undercover investigator, a killer, mysterious monster. What the people from the mansion. 4 factors. Everything is unclear. I have to at least uncover something. I have to solve those mysteries one by one. First of all, I want to know who Wizards is. I'm sure they've left some clues. We just have to use doors to find them. Clues? Were there any? First, take a look at this. So is this a list of suspects? But why are there so many names on it? Why am I also on here? Beginning by narrowing down the suspects from scratch is an ironclad rule. 鉄の掟です。In fact, I've had several cases where some least expected was the culprit. In the case, I don't mind being on the list, but you also included yourself. Thomas, who is dead, by the way, and even Aurora, who doesn't even exist. これ、そうね。もともといなかった。Any possibility is worth considering, no matter how absurd it may be. Alright, so, who do you think the killer is? I have narrowed it down to quite a few people, but I still don't have anything conclusive. The killer has covered their tracks well. In considering the points in time when Wizards contacted you, several people can be excluded. And also, why did you suddenly scream so loudly? そのウィザーズか。電話かけてきた時の状況から、除外できる人が結構いると。あとさっき電話した時に、ミュートボタンを押しながらすげえ叫んだんですよ。主人公、なんでなんだ。I want to see if I could hear my voice on the other side of the phone. で、その叫び声が届く範囲から犯人ってウィザーズが電話をかけてきているのかっていうのを知りたかったからだと。Sorry, did you hear anything? Strangely, I could not hear my voice on the other side. I see. This will narrow down the list of suspects. However, it isn't decisive. 決め手にはならない。Also, what does Wizards mean in the first place? Perhaps it doesn't mean anything in particular. It could just be a code name. No, I heard them pause briefly when I asked them to give me a call sign. I think they probably came up with that in the spur of the moment. その場で考えついたコードネームってことですね。In other words, the name Wizards is not the same as the regular code name. で、ずっと使ってた名前ではない。Then how did they come up with that name? Wizard, as in sorcerer. But isn't it kind of weird that the name is in plural? Wizards, not wizard. Any chord as wizards ring a bell? In top-level hackers are referred to as wizards. There is also an NBA team called the Washington Wizards. Also, it's not exactly the same word, but there is a wizard hills mountain range in New Zealand. There is also a brand of white wine called Wizard Hills. まあちょっと日本語だとこの TH が Z と同じ発音になってしまうことを受けてるんですね。受けてるっていうか、It doesn't sound natural when you see this wizard and wizard are used interchangeably, but in Japanese these two words are pronounced in the same way. No, it's not very popular, it's not expensive either, it's just a regular wine brand with their hills. They must have thought of something and then came up with wizards. Perhaps they unconsciously used the words of things or places close to them. In other words, is that an important clue for discovering their identity? So, what is the name based on? Sorcerers, hackers, wine, the NBA? No, wait, maybe. Do you know who Wizards is? If my power of deduction is correct, then who of these people is Wizards? Tell me. Well, in the last video, I picked Jacob, which turned out to be a wrong choice. The reason why I picked him is because I thought Rio was the one who killed Thomas and Raymond, and Wizards was someone else, and that's why I picked Jacob yesterday. But it seems I have to pick Rio now. I pointed Rio's name. Rio, well, it could be possible that Rio is an undercover investigator. 覆面捜査官かもしれないけれど、Rio may very well be wizards. Given the circumstances and the content of the conversation, it's unlikely that you, me, the people from the mansion, Thomas, or Aurora are wizards. Well, that's true. She would also hate you for naming her. Nor, she would think you have brain damage. 頭にどっか怪我してるんじゃないかって思うかもしれない。Now, considering the loud scream I just made, that leads me exclude one more person. Ah, yes. What was that all about? さっき大声出していたのはなんでだ? A loud voice that comes from a room on the first floor can be heard by the people on the second floor. 1階で大声出しても2階には聞こえないっていうのはさっき分かった。On the other hand, アレックスとの一件でね。Everyone on the first floor can hear it. 1階にいるやつはみんな聞くことができる。But I could not hear my scream on the other end of the telephone. で、電話越しに聞こえなかったからアレックスを除外できるが。Who is also on the first floor can't be wizards. Yes, or the only ones who remain are Akira, Jizzle, Rio, and Jacob. Of course, it can't be Akira either. The first time Wizards called me, she was in the bathroom with you, so she couldn't have called me. そうか、一緒にお風呂入ってたんだな、アキラとネネコが。だからアキラはありえない。You mean when that hentai pervert was picking at us? She was in the bathroom with me, so Akira can't be wizards. I didn't do that on purpose. You're not going to let me forget that anytime soon. Forget that anytime soon, are you? Anyway, it can't be Akira. Also, Akira said で、she would go back to her room with Jizo。アキラはジゼルと一緒に部屋に戻れていた。If Jizo and Akira were in the same room, it would have been difficult for Jizo to call me。ジゼルとアキラが一緒の部屋にいるなら、ジゼルが電話するの難しいだろう。あ、そっか。お風呂の時じゃなくて今回か。多分。Yeah, those two are always together, so it would be difficult for Jizo to call you for a long time. 二人一緒にいることが多いから、ジゼルが、さっき電話かけてきたみたいに、一人で電話かけて長く喋ってるっていうのは難しいだろうと言ってますね。In the case, there were two suspects left. で、ここで二人に絞れる Jacob and Rio。そう、昨日ここまで分かったんだけど、いやー、ヤコブ選んじゃったね。リールがトーマスとレイモンドを殺した犯人だと僕は思ってて、もう一人ウィザーズか、別に人も、いるんだと思ってて、消去法でヤコブを選んでしまったんですよ。Jacob and Rio. Could it really be real? Because there's no way that the alcoholic is an undercover investigator.Hey, we should let go of any preconceptions. 今ネネコはアル中野郎がそんな重要な任務を果たせるわけがないみたいな先入観に基づいた判断を下そうとしてるんですけど、先入観はダメだって池田が探偵らしく主張してます。We have to consider the possibility that Jacob is racist as well. Even so, can we narrow it down anymore? It would be better to talk to them directly. I call Rio. ここでリーに電話しちゃうね。Hello? It's me, Ikeda. I'd like to talk to you for a moment. Do you have some time? 話したいんだけど時間あるかな。Oh, hello, Ikeda. Have you found out where the screaming came from? このスクリーミングはさっきのアレックスの件だね。先に叫び声が聞こえたって2階に行ってみてもらって、リールとかに話聞いてたからね。そう、叫び声がどこから来たか分かったかって聞いてる。Of course, I have a moment to talk.What is this about? 話す時間はあるわよ。何についてのことなのかしらと。I would like you to come to my room, just you alone. 一人で俺の部屋まで来い。Would that be alright? それで大丈夫ですか？ Yes, but what's going on? だけどどういうこと？ Not knowing the details scares me. 詳細がわからないのは怖いわ。I'll tell when you are here. こっち来たら教えるから。I'd appreciate it.If you could come as soon as possible. すぐ来てくれて嬉しいわ。Alright then. わかった。I'll be there in a bit. すぐ行くぜ。I'll be waiting. Accusing Rio out of a sudden is quite dangerous. リールを告発するっていうか、責め立てるのはちょっと危ないぞと。What if you're wrong? 間違ってたらどうするんだ？ In the case, I'll just apologize. 謝るさ。Don't you feel any sense of guilt? 罪悪感は感じないのか？ She may become terribly upset. もうこれ、結局かもしれないじゃんか。Get it's me. Can I come in? 入っていいですかと。Yes, please come in. The door is unlocked. ロックかかってない。Hello, Ikeda. What did you want to talk about? 話したいことって何？ Also,What did you want to talk to me alone? What's going on? 一人で話したいってのはどういうことだ？一体どういうこと？ I wanted to ask you a few things. ちょっと聞きたいことがあってな。Real, you're wizards, aren't you? いきなり聞くんだな、これ。Wizards? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're trying to say. 何をしようとしているのか、何を言おうとしているのかわからない。Alright, please listen to me. いいか気を聞け。I tell Rio what I've deducted so far. ここまでの推理を聞かせた。The people who are excluded, and people who are unlikely to be wizards. ウィザードじゃ、ウィザードになり得ない人たちとウィザードでありそうにない人たちについて説明したと。However, I try to avoid talking about what happened with Alex as much as possible. アレックスの話は最小限に留めておいた。With this information, we've narrowed down the list of people who could be wizards to two. Those people are Jacob and you. So who of you two is wizards? I took a close look at the name wizards. It's strange that this is the plural form of the word wizard. Perhaps this name contains important information about wizards' identity. 推理で2人まで絞った後にこのウィザーズっていう単語がなんかおかしいぞと、ここから手がかりはないかと考えた後、なんでこいつは複数形なんだ。So what could it be? Was there something that further narrowed it down? そこからさらに対象を絞れるのか。What about the Wizard Hills White Wine Brand? 白ワインのブランドはどうだ。I contain an nickel smattering line of salt. Yes, that's a possibility. It's possible that Jacob got this name from a wine brand. それならその白ワこのネネコの白ワイン説についてちょっと続けて喋る。それも可能性はあるけれども、ヤコブがその、ワインのブランドの名前を取ったっていうことも考えられるけれども、But Jacob is a picky guy and prefers high-end wine. He would have used the name of a more exclusive winter, not a supermarket wine. ヤコブだったらもっと酒飲みで高いワインが好きで、そのスーパーで売ってるようなワインの名前は使わないだろうと言ってますね。So let's look at the second possibility. The NBA team, the Washington Wizards. 2つ目の可能性について考えてみましょう。ワシントン・ウィザーズ。It's a basketball team from Washington, and I remember hearing about Washington before. Ah, that's right. Rhea said, now I remember. Yeah, she said she was from Washington. An internist. 内科医。Rhea said that she is an internist from Washington. ワシントン DC で開業してる。開業じゃない。勤務医かな。開業医ではなかったような気がする。Exactly. Undercover investigators usually use the place they are from in their backstories to ensure there aren't any slip-ups during their mission. その覆面捜査官は自分の身元を本当の身元を隠すためになんか出身がどこっていう設定を必ず話で作っておくんだと。Because if they say the wrong things about a place they don't know, people who are familiar with the place might blur their cover. 設定を作ってちゃんとその知ってる土地の出身だっていう設定を作っといて、その土地に詳しい人がその場に行った時に覆面が剥がれないように気をつけるっていうそういうことになってるらしい。Usually use the place they are from in their backstories. Or perhaps your place of birth really is Washington. So 設定っていうか、本当の出身地をその設定に使うんだ。はいはいはい。Therefore, when you try to come up with a code name, you start Washington and the name popped up in your head, which means that you revealed your identity by letting me know what city you're from. それで出身がバレるぜ。Hey, wait, just a minute, can I say something? Even if you really believe that I'm a wizard based on the information, isn't it rather flimsy proof? 証拠としてはちょっと不十分なんじゃないですかって。フリムゼちょっと辞書を引こう。ちょっと待って。Without materials, strength, or solidity, weak, inadequate, not effective or convincing. 説得力ないよねって言ってますよね。flimsy proof. You also can't discount the possibility that Jacob wanted to make me look suspicious. ヤコブがこのリールをより容疑者っぽく見せかけるためにあえてそういうコードネームを使ったっていう可能性もあるじゃないかと言ってます。Now certainly it took wizards a short time to tell me the name. Jacob couldn't have thought of such a plan in such a short time. そうか。答えるときにちょっと間があってその間の短さからって言ってるんだな。Even if he could have done so, why would he use the name of an NBA team? Most people wouldn't. Washington with it. ちょっとなんか誤色があるのかな、この文には。Also, I have conclusive evidence that provides that you are wizards. さらにお前がウィザーズだっていう証拠は他にもあるんだぜ。どうだ。Conclusive evidence 決定的な証拠は Didn't you notice that the phone was muted for a moment when you called earlier? When I muted it, I asked Ninicore to call the guest's phones from Alex's room. ここでグラフをかけていくんだな。さっき電話かけてよこしたときに、こっちの電話が一瞬ミュートかかったの気づかなかったが、ミュートしてる間にネネコに頼んでアレックスの部屋からそっちに電話かけさせたんだ。The only phone that was in use was the one in your room. そうか。ここゲストって複数形になってるから、泊まってる人が泊まってる部屋全部に片っ端からかけさせたってことか。で、繋がんなかったのがリーグの部屋だけだってこと。Isn't it funny? It must have been all the wizards and me who were on the phone. If your phone wasn't used, who were you talking to? その時通話中だったのが俺とウィザードだけだったはずだ。で、あんたのフォンが、電話が話し中なら、あんたは一体誰と話したって言うんだ。No room phones were in use except for yours and mine. あんたのところの電話とオイラのところの電話しか話し中じゃなかったんだぞ。The phone in my room? You must be mistaken. Stop playing innocent. 観念しろ。The gig is up. You might let's play a drop the act wizard. Huh. So that's why you muted your phone. I've been played like a fool. But I'm certain that I did ask you not to reveal my identity. だけど、正体を明かさないでくれと頼んだはずだと。So you are wizards after all. Actually, I wasn't sure that it was you until just now, sorry. It looks like you admitted it a little bit too soon. 思ったより早く認めたんだなと。What are you talking about? What do you mean? Calm down and think about it. Do you think I could have asked an Nanako to go to Alex's room alone and asked her to call all phones? There's no way she would have done that. アレックスの部屋からいろんな宿泊客のところに電話をかけるようにネネコにやらせるなんてことができると思うかろう。Why do I feel totally useless right now? But now that you mention it, I don't think I would have done that. バカにされてる気がするなと。でも言われてみれば確かに僕にはそんなことできないよ。You were bluffing? And I believed you? これでグラフに気づいて怒り狂ってますね。Well, that's what happened. I'm sorry I fooled you. But I'm glad that you have revealed your true identity. 正体を明かしてくれて嬉しかったぜ。However, wizards, we have to be on equal ground. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, by the way, I have a question about his explanation about NBA team name. The use of NBA team name as a code name. I mean, team names are usually in the plural, but when you talk about an individual member of a team, you can call him or her by the singular form of the team name, I think. So I think it would sound more natural if she called herself Wizard in singular. This is what I think. Anyway, let's get going. You've got to be kidding me. Fine, you've busy me. Alright, I'll talk. I'll need a stiff drink first at the door. きつい酒を頼む。I got a really good whiskey earlier. Let's have a glass of that. なんて読むんだこれ。Silent Wizards. これが乾杯っていう意味のなんか言葉らしいけど、なんかスコットランドとかそういう地域で使う方言的な表現らしい。読み方がよくわかんない。You're bloody annoying, Saint Ikere. クソムカつくなこの野郎。Yeah, I hear them a lot. よく言われるよ。なんか、うまいな。このふてくされつつ酔っ払ってる感じが。これまでのイラスト、回収した CG の中でかなり好きな方かもしれない、これ。Are you sure this whiskey isn't poisoned? このウイスキーのお酒毒入ってないわよねと。I got this whiskey before the people from the mansion became hostile to us, so don't worry about being poisoned. 屋敷側の連中が敵になる前に手に入れたウイスキーだからきっと大丈夫だって。But you know, real, you're pretty rough around the edges. Shut up, who cares about my personality? If you have something to ask me, just ask. ちょっと飲みすぎじゃないかってね。だいぶ荒れてんな。Rough around the edges. Rough around the edges. But you should understand that there are certain things I can't tell you. でも知られないことってあるぜ。どっから聞けばいいんだ。まあこれ全部順番も関係ないってわけもな。So what organization do you belong to? CIA, MI6? Like I said, there are things I can't talk about. I can just tell you who I work for, moron. そのどこの機関の人間か聞かれても正直に答えられるわけないじゃないか。Don't worry, I understand. Alright, I won't ask again. How did you manage to get into the guest list? You made your way onto this island by using an invitation sent to someone else, didn't you? どうにか招待状をどうやってゲストに紛れ込んだと。More of those subjects I can't really talk about. その辺の事情は喋れない。But alright, yes, my invitation was originally sent to someone named Sean Baxter. ショーン・バクスターって名前の人のところに送られた招待状。He was knee-deep in problems and we managed to ensnare him. 捉えることができた。なんか問題を抱えていた人物だったんだね。We wanted to send an undercover investigator to this island, so I cut a deal with him and became his representative. He ended up being hospitalized with a sudden illness. 急な病気で入院したって組織の人間にやられたんですかね。I see, however, the people working in this mansion are quite cautious. It would be difficult to convince them that you are a relative of one of the guests. だけどこの屋敷で働いている人間は特に警戒心が強いからゲスト招待状をもらったゲストの親戚だって説得するのは難しかったんじゃないのかと。Who are you really? 一体あんた何者なんだ。I was lying when I told you I was an internist in Washington. ワシントンで働くワシントン DC ねこれ。内科医だっていうのは嘘じゃない。Of course, I'm not doing that work anymore, and I only worked as an internist for about a year. ああ、内科医として働いてたのはせいぜい1年ぐらいなもんなのか。What kind of reputation did you have as an internist? Why are you asking that? 内科医としての評判はどんなもんだったんだと。なんでそんなことを聞くの？ Nothing out of the ordinary. 普通よ。I see. Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, with her personality, it would surprise me if she had a bad reputation. これで悪評判が立ってたら驚くっての。はあ。Why am I really annoyed with you right now? なんでこんなにイラついんだ。Real, what do you know about this island? この島について何か知っているか。Sorry, but I don't know that much. あんまりよく知らないわ。Of the 3 other investigators who infiltrated this place so far, 2 have disappeared. The only one who returned was not able to discover any detailed information about this island. これは彼女の組織からってことなのかな。3人の侵入者が調査員インベスティゲー捜査官、潜入したけど2人消えて1人は戻ったけれど詳細な情報は得られなかった。What have you found out so far, though? is that this is a base for prostitution, organ trade, and some kind of weapon development. この島で売春と臓器売買と兵器開発が行われているってことしか知らない。いや、もう知ってるよ、それ。It sounds like you have more than enough information to blow the lid off the place. So why didn't you? なんか、ちょっと blow the lid off ちょっとよく知らないイディオムですね。蓋を吹き飛ばすって暴露するってことか。ああ、まあそうか。もっといっぱい知ってんだろうって言ってるよね。Many well-known politicians and business people have frequented this island. 有名な政治家や実業家がこの島を訪れている、頻繁に。So we currently explore the actual state of things here in the usual way. だからいつものやり方で暴露するわけにはいかない。Besides, what we are after are the research and development that were taking place on this island. 研究開発、この島で行われている研究開発に興味があって調べてるんだと。We're not that interested in prostitution and the trade of organs. 売春や臓器売買やってるのはその政治家とか実業家の有名な人たちなんですね。So, you needed to verify the information that had been gathered so far. verify ってなんだ、情報を verify 実証っていうか検証か。検証しないといけない。If your superiors discovered that this kind of biological weapon was being developed on this island, what would they do? Something smells fishy. で、上司たちがこの生物兵器、こういう生物兵器がこの島で開発されているって分かったら一体どうしようって言うんだと。なんか怪しいぞ。They're hiding something, aren't they? なんか隠してんだろう。To be honest, I have my doubts as well. この人自身も疑問に思ってるらしいですがね。Hang on, this is classified information. I can't talk about this, or else I'd jeopardize my position. 喋るわけにはいかない。立場が悪くなる。Don't worry, there's no way the information could leak out in the first place. 情報が漏れることなんてまずないから。This is only a guess, but perhaps one of our superiors is one of the island's clients who also knew about the island's research. That's what I've been thinking. はあ。この人の考えでは、この人の上司の一人がこの島の客の一人で、どういう客かっていうと、この島の研究についてよく知っていると。I see. In other words, the superior who seen the research wanted to obtain that technology by all means. 何としてでもその技術を手に入れたいと思ってるんだなと、その上司は。However, if he revealed all of the details, it would be obvious that he was a client of the island's other services. 詳細を全部暴いてしまったら他のサービスの客でもあったってことが明らかになってしまう。So he made up stories about weapons of mass destruction so that the organization would be able to seize and obtain the weapon. だから彼は話をでっち上げて、大量破壊兵器があるってことにして、この島、組織がこの武器を手に入れられるようにしようとしているのか。 It's just a kiss, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. 考えれば考えるほどそういう風にしか思えなくなる。But if so, I'm just a scapegoat, used to satisfy someone's greed. I'm really fed up. もううんざりだわ。生贄にされてる。I can't understand that. Why don't you get a new job? 新しい仕事を手に入れたらどうだ。I'm a bad guy. 俺は悪いやつだぞ。俺はこいつか。私は悪者よと。I can only do dirty jobs like this one. I've done too many bad things to be able to lead a normal life. 普通に生きていくために汚いこといっぱいやったと。Hey, if I can do it, so can you. 俺がやれるならあんたにもやれるさ。いや、でもこれな。いや、医者として働いてたんなら普通に生きられたと思うんだけど、本当に何があったんだろう。Well, if you want to turn off your new leaf, drop by in my office. I'll give you a discount. もうなんか仕事探してやるって言ってんのか。I don't think you're keeping your hands clean either, Ikeda. あんたの手も綺麗じゃないみたいだけどねと。Well, I'll keep it in mind. 覚えておいてやるよ。Don't expect anything though. だけど期待はしないって。About the killer. Tell me what you were doing before and after Thomas' murder. I want to hear the details. あれ、ちょっと待って、こいつ殺したわけじゃないのか。Before I went to the dining hall, I was drinking in the lounge with Jacob. ラウンジに行く前にジャコブと飲んでいた。That idiot couldn't keep his mouth shut after a few drinks. He was a real fan of information. 情報が垂れ流しになってた。I see you were spending time with Jacob. まあ、ヤコブから得る情報もいっぱいあったんだろうね。I thought that Jacob kept you there against your will, but it actually was the other way around. ああ、そうか、その酒飲みのヤコブに絡まれて、拘束されてんのかと思ってたけど、実際は逆で、この人がヤコブからいろいろ情報を聞き出そうとしてたんだと。It's a dirty job, but someone's gotta do it. 汚い仕事だけど誰かがやらないといけない。He appeared to be in quite a drunken state, and I was only pretending to drink so that he wouldn't interfere with my mission. ヤコブは飲んだくれてたけど、この人は、まあ、酒飲むふりして、ミッション、使命を果たせるように頑張ってたと。So what happened after that? それで何が起きたんですか？ Abby, the maid, told us that the food was ready, so we went to the dining hall. メイドさんに、ご飯ができたって呼ばれて、ダイニングホールに行った。Didn't you arrive rather late? ちょっと遅く来たんじゃないのか？ If I remember correctly, 覚えてる限りでは、You were the last guest to arrive in the dining hall. あんた一番最後に来たよな。Right? ねねこ。そうだろうねねこ。Yes, you're right. そう、その通り。Come to think of it, I thought I'd quickly run back to the guest room building. I went to the bridge, but I noticed that the heavy iron door that was closed. 鉄のドアがもう閉じられてたんだ、この時。一回なんか、客室に戻ろうとしたんだね、なぜか。I thought that opening them would take too much time, so I just returned to the dining hall instead. そこで扉を開けるのがちょっとめんどくさいから、まっすぐダイニングホールに行ったんですね、この人。I don't know if he was waiting for me or he was just taking his time in the toilet. But I ran into Jacob again and we went to the dining hall together. まあ、ヤコブトイレ行ったかなんかよくわかんないけど、まあ、ダイニングホールに入るタイミングでまた一緒になった。That's it. そんだけだ。I see so the iron door was closed. Was there anything unusual about the corridor? 鉄の扉そこで閉じられてたのか何かおかしいなことはなかったか。So this girl was not the killer. Unusual, nothing in particular. No, come to think of it, I think the iron doors were open at first. Does it mean that someone closed them? 最初は開いてた鉄のドアがいつの間にか閉められていた。The iron doors were open. When was that? いつの話だって覚えてたのは。I was disgusted by Jacob's alcoholism, so I pretended I had to go back to my room to adjust my makeup. 化粧直しに部屋に戻んなきゃいけないっていうふりをしてた。ヤコブの R15 に嫌気がさしたので。What time was it? It was before Abby told us about lunch, so it had to be some time before everyone gathered in the dining hall. Sometime before everyone got together in the dining hall, so the doors were open at the time. However, when I went to the corridor later on, the doors were closed again. 池田が通った時には閉まってたもんね。This seems to be the case. Someone must have lowered the doors. Someone lowered the iron doors. There must have been a reason for that. Why would anyone need to close those doors? 誰が閉めたんだろう。これはどっから。いや、これをちょっと一番最後に聞くわ。こことここの2つ回して選択肢出てこなくなったらこいつも聞きに行く。Can you tell me more about this island? Any minor details are helpful. Can you tell me anything else? I don't think if I know anything else. もう知ってることない。No, wait. Come to think of it, for some reason, the research on this island suddenly stagnated 10 years ago. 10年前に1回研究が止まった時期があった。Apparently, the floor materials such as the special chemicals they were using slowed to a trickle, but I don't know why. 物質の出入りを物資化学薬品なんかがこの島に運ばれてくるのを観察してたんですね。10 years ago. Does it mean something happened at the time? Perhaps they ran out of money? お金が足んなくなったりしたのかな？ No, prostitution and the organ trade continued at the same levels as before, and there were plenty of clients. It's unlikely that they ran out of money. 売春と臓器売買は続いてたから金が原因じゃない。If that's the case, then what could have slowed down the research? それじゃ一体何が研究を遅らせたんだ。The disappearance of an essential element used for research, or maybe an important researcher who went missing. なんか本当に大事な研究の要素がなくなったか、もしくは研究者が行方不明になったか。Is it possible that this murder is connected to that? この殺人がそれに関係してるってことはありえるのか。The reason why the killer can't negotiate with the people from the mansion is that they possess something that was lost, like a key. 殺し屋が屋敷側の人間と交渉できるのはそいつが失われた何かを持っているからだ。鍵のような、例えば。It is possible if it would allow them to resume the research, they would definitely be interested. それが研究を再開させることができるもんなら、それは興味を持つでしょうねと。Maybe this time, the unlock code. 解除コードって何なんだろうね。It would be the reason why Vincent and his associates might want to start a rebellion. ヴィンセントたちが反逆を起こそうとした理由なのかも。But why was the killer able to obtain something like that in the first place? It remains a mystery. だけど、どうしてそもそも最初に犯人を殺し屋はその大事なものを手に入れることができたんだろうか。At any rate, I'm glad that there is a possible connection between the research on this island and the killer. 研究活動と殺人犯についてつながりがあるっぽい。 So did you notice anything about the causes of death or the murders of Thomas and Sir Raymond? If you're asking about my autopsy, I was taking it seriously. I wasn't hiding anything. この人の確かに検視は真面目にやったから特に何か隠したりはしていないと。Thomas burned to death and Sir Raymond died of blood loss after he was tortured. Thomas burned to death somewhere where there wasn't any fire. Sir Raymond was cautious but ended up being murdered in the end. 燃えるものがないところでトーマスは燃やされたし、レイモンド卿は本当に用心深かったのに殺されてしまった。From the perspective of an undercover investigator, what do you think? 覆面捜査官としては何を思う？ Sorry, but I don't really know. What do you think? どう考えたらいいのかすらわからない。From my point of view, 私の視点からは The circumstances around Thomas' murder were very strange. トーマスの死は本当に不思議だ。よくわからない。And although Sir Raymond was extremely vigilant, he was killed. 警戒してたのに殺された。But if the killer is a trained assassin, they would have overpowered him with ease. 訓練された殺し屋なら可能だと簡単にできる。Sir Raymond probably had a gun or some kind of communication device. レイモンド卿はきっと銃を持っていたか、もしくは通信装置をなんか持っていただろう。I don't think he would have had any time to use them though. そういったものを使う時間はなかったようだ。One more thing, Rio. Did you hear any strange voices after you arrived at the island and were escorted to your room? 島に着いてから部屋に通される前になんか変な声を聞かなかった。Strange voice. Yes, I think I did. 聞いたと思う。They sounded like the useless screams of a half-witted girl. なんか女の悲鳴なのかあれって。間抜けなっていいんだよな。half-witted。間抜けな女の子みたいな叫び。役立たずな間抜けな女の子の叫び。I forgot about her screams. Didn't you hear anything else? A man's groin, for example. ネネコのうなり声か。これとまた別に、主人公池田によると、レイモンド卿のうめき声だったんじゃないかみたいな推理が。A man's groin? No, I don't think I did, but is this connected to any of the murders? I'm only guessing here, but I think that Sir Raymond was captured and killed around the same time we were shown to our rooms. He was tied up and dragged. 薬漬けなのが縛られて薬漬けにゲストが到着した頃にレイモンド卿が殺されたんじゃないかと推理している。The killer seemed to have harbored a grudge against them. After that, all the killer had to do was torture and kill him. But next door, was he tortured? In the same room, we found his body in. で、死体が見つかった部屋で拷問が行われたんだろうか。I wonder, even if the killer was a professional, I don't think Sir Raymond would fall into such an obvious trap. そんな明らかな罠にはまるんだろうか。仮にプロの殺し屋だったとして。If you were Sir Raymond, what would catch you off guard? あんたがレイモンド卿だったとしたら何が、あんたを油断させるんだ。Someone who wasn't supposed to be there. そこにいるはずじゃない人だったら They could have caught him by surprise. I say someone who should not have been there. そこにいるはずじゃない人って何？オーロラ？ や、そんなことないよな。これまだ選択肢消えないんだけど。Sorry, but that's everything I know about this island. Let me ask you something else. あ、これで俺か。About the island. Who could the kid be? I would guess that it's someone who is well behaved and easy to work with. なんだ。行儀正しい人。Real background. Wizards is a rather strange alias. Are you a basketball fan? なんでバスケファンなのかだ。は。When I was a student, I used to play basketball. So, yeah. 学生の頃はバスケやってたからまあそうだなって。I shouldn't have chosen a word associated with Washington. ワシントンに関連のある単語を選ぶべきじゃなかった。But most people would not associate wizards with Washington. だけど普通はウィザーズとワシントンを結びつけるような人なんていないって。Yeah, most people wouldn't, but don't forget that someone rather special made that connection. 猫いつも崎 she possesses such a unique ability. She can't utter a single word without tripping over her tongue. まあ、ね猫の特殊能力だけどコミュ障。But why are you mean to me? いじめないでくれ。However real, quite a few of the guests also had medical backgrounds. Isn't it difficult to deceive them without having the knowledge of an active physician? 焼かれたトマスが医者だったし、なんかまあ他にも医学に詳しいやついるっぽいから、こうまあ医者として働いてるわけじゃないっつうのを、医者として演技し通すのきつかったんじゃないかみたいな話ですかね。I was planning to brush up on my studies, so I wouldn't be exposed. もっと勉強しようとしてたから大丈夫ってことか。Knowing too much is not good either. だけど知りすぎは良くない。It's easier to play an ignorant little woman than an outstanding doctor. 有能な医者を演じるよりも無知な小さい女を演じる方がずっと楽だと I see. まあだけどね。This is very important. Could you tell me about your weapons and skills? あんたの武器と技については教えてくれないか。I use a Glock 30 with 3 spare magazines. That's the only gun I used. グロック30使ってる。Close quarters, martial arts, hacking, sabotage skills, and so on. ハッキングもできるんだね。建設格闘も I've trained in almost everything. いろんな訓練を積んだと。Looks like you could come in handy with Dan, although you're not very well armed. Don't be silly. I plan to use a Glock 42, which has an even smaller magazine size, and I'm quite familiar with it. I didn't expect a large battle to happen, and only plan on using a gun in emergencies. 本当はもっと小さい銃を持ってくるつもりだったし、全然戦うつもりはなかったと。Unfortunately, it looks like a large battle is about to happen. 残念ながらでかい戦いが預かりそうだぜ。I'm glad you aren't many people from this mansion, but I'm really worried about that monster. 屋敷の人は少ないのが、まあちょっと良かったけど、化け物については本当に心配している。ちょっと、むしろ。It's a humanoid biological weapon developed for the military, but I haven't had to face it myself. I don't think we can easily neutralize it. What impressions did you have when you saw it? Well, don't remind me of that all of a sudden. 思い出させないでくれ。Let me see, as far as I could tell, its movements seemed slow. 動きは遅かったんだ。But I can't say anything because it might not have shown its true power yet. ただまだ見てないだけで秘めた力があるんだろうと言ってるね。In other words, you know nothing, Nanakor. That's pretty useless. 使えないわね。 本当に何も知らない。I was in a tough spot here. それ状況だったんだぞと。Don't bully her like that. そんないじめんなよ。Anyway, if it bleeds, we can kill it. 血を流すんなら殺せるだろう。We should be prepared to fight it at any time, though. 戦えるように準備しないとな。Alright, I just hope it won't come to that. The death report I read was pretty scary. Are we really going to be alright? 報告書読んだのは本当に怖かった。本当に大丈夫なのかと。ちょっと今日はこのシーン終わったら配信終わりにしますかね。ゲームは1日1時間。そう、精神科の講義でもちょっと聞いたんですよ。なんだっけな、ゲーム依存か。学業や仕事のパフォーマンスに影響が出るのをどんくらいかっていう話で、なんかゲームの時間1日1時間未満なら、それでなんか本業に差し支える人が 5% 未満とかいう話なんで、だいたい高橋名人正しかったと思う。That's all I have to say about that. Have you heard Real, would you happen to know a girl called Aurora? ここで唐突にオーロラの名前を出してきましたね。Aurora? Who's that? What does she look like? 全然知らないんだな。容姿について。She's blonde with blue eyes and wears big blue ribbon in her hair. ブロンドで青い目ででかい青のリボンを髪につけている。There is someone on this island who looks like that. そんな風に見える人がこの島にいるのかと。I don't remember seeing her, but could she have survived what they did to the girls in this mansion? なんかやっぱりこの島でいたぶられてた子供たちの一人なんじゃないかみたいな話を。Well, if you don't remember her, forget about it. 知らねえならいいよ。Perhaps you shouldn't ask Rio about Aurora. 多分リールにはオーロラのこと聞くべきじゃないと思う。ねえ子が言ってるね。Rio doesn't remember her either. Well, if she was an illusion created by that machine, it's only natural. The other people don't remember her. あれが機械で作り出された幻影だとしたら、他の人は知らなくても自然なんだよな。But why did Alex react like that? I wonder. アレックスの反応は何だったんだ。Never mind, I want to ask you one last thing. I find it hard to believe that an undercover investigator like you doesn't have a way to get in touch with the outside world. Are you hiding anything? 通信手段があるんじゃないかっていう風に聞いてるのか。All communications from the island are monitored, and they've also set up several jammers. 通信は監視されてるし、ジャマーもいっぱいあるから無理なんだと。It's not possible to contact the outside world with regular communication equipment. 通常の手段で外部と通信するのは無理だ。So what you're saying is that it's possible with special equipment? 特別な方法ならできるっていうのか。Well, I have an optical wireless communication device. ワイヤレス光学無線通信装置がある。光を使うのか。なるほど。I can communicate directly with satellites by using a high-power laser. 高出力レーザーを使って人工衛星と通信するんだ。This will avoid any jammers on the island, and there is no way the communications can be intercepted. これはどうなんだろう。実際あんのかな。But this device has a major drawback. 大きな欠点がある装置なんだよね。It can be used if there is too much cloud cover. 曇ってたら使えないんだろう。Not bad for a stupid little girl. バカな女の子にとっては悪くない答えだね。Exactly. その通りだ。It's not a big deal in a normal area, but in the Aleutian, it's a problem. There is cloud cover all year round, so it can't be used to communicate with nothing. 奇跡的に晴れたタイミングじゃないと使えないんですね。Since we arrived on this island, I haven't been able to use it even once. この島に着いてからというものは一回も使えてないわよ。And even then, the beam needs to be focused precisely, making it very difficult to use. そう。非常に正確に狙いを定めてレーザー出さないといけないから非常に使いにくいそうです。Still good having in case of an emergency. 非常用にはそれでも重宝する。Yes, it would be really nice not to be dead by then. それまで死んでなければなと。Also, without conclusive evidence that those weapons are being developed here, nobody will be coming for us. The risk is too high, and we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. それらの兵器、これはモンスターのことなのか？ Nobody will be coming for us. So, Ikeda, do you really think we can survive this? 生き残れると思うかと。Judging from the cold-blooded ways, each of the dead has been murdered. And we're dealing with a professional assassin. プロの殺し屋と渡り合わなきゃいけないんだぞ。Or, and let's not forget about that creature. あのクリーチャーも忘れたらダメだと。Hey, I'm doing everything I can, and if things really go south, we would always try the power of prayer. 祈る。Stop joking around. 冗談をやめて。What good would prayer do? 祈って何やるっていうの。I've seen enough darkness and evil in my life. まあ、ここまで生きてきていろんな辛いことあった。If there was a God, this world would be a little bit discouraged. 神様がいるならこの世界は人すぎる場所だ。And if God exists, he doesn't get involved in anything, so he might just as well not exist. 神様いるにしても何もしてくれないからいないようなもんだと。So I don't pray to God. だから神様にも祈らない。I know I am the only one looking out for myself. 自分の面倒見てるのは自分だけだと理解している。Welcome to the wonderful world of sarcasm. 皮肉の素敵な世界へようこそ。I don't mean everything I say so literally, you know. その文字通りの意味で言ったわけじゃないさ。She reminds me of someone. 誰かに似てるな。ねえねえこのセリフだな。これは誰を指しているのかよくわからんぞ。ちょっと待って、これ池田を指してんのか？ Come to think of it, your office is in New York, isn't it? Can you see the Manhattan skyline from there? ニューヨークのオフィスからはマンハッタンのスカイラインが見えるでしょう。What's this all of a sudden? 急にどうしたんだ？ Well, my office does have a great night view. 夜景は綺麗だぞ。Get it, if you don't stop lying, the demon will rip your tongue out. ねねこか。嘘はやめないと悪魔が舌を抜くぞ。Actually, I'm bending the truth a little bit. ちょっと持ってるぜ。But I do know a few places from where you can see the skyline at night. スカイラインが見える場所はいくつか知っている。I see. The Manhattan skyline. I've never seen it with my own eyes. If I die, but you make it out of here, please scatter my ashes there. 私が死んでそれでもあんたがここから生き延びて出ることができたら灰はその辺にそのマンハッタンのあたりに巻いてくれと。I don't have any friends or family. 友達も家族もいない。I'd rather be resting there than 6 feet under. 埋められるのはその方がいいと。部屋作るのにター 暗い話はそこまでだ。Also, you can't see the skyline if all that's left of you are some ashes. 灰になったらスカイライン見えない。Come to New York in one piece instead. もう生きて、ニューヨークに来てくれ。I don't want to carry around your ashes. 灰を運びたくない。I don't think everyone will be able to get out this island alive. みんながこの島を生きて出られるわけがないと。It's alright. If you die and I survive, I'll scatter your ashes on the East River. East River ってどこどこ That's very kind of you, but we are all getting out of here alive. We can have breakfast in Manhattan, hamburgers for lunch, dinner in Brooklyn at night, and finally drinks at a bar. And the East River won't have to be polluted with any of our ashes. みんなで池田はここで明るい話できるってやっぱ偉いよね。リールは何があってこんな立場に追いやられてんのか。何なんだろうな。I might have had a little bit too much to drink. I'll sober up in my room and come back a little later. 部屋で酔い覚ましてからまたこの部屋に来るわ。まあみんなこの部屋で過ごそうって言ってるもんね。Do not reveal my true identity to anyone, okay? 他の人には正体は黙っててくれと。はい、正体では。ウィザーズって名乗って電話かけてきたの池田に対してだけしたよね。まあいいのか。Of course, no need to tell me. We'll pretend to be the way we used to be before. Don't worry. Actually, I'm more worried about the gloomy girl. そっちの暗い女についての方が心配なんだな。Don't worry about her. And Neneko doesn't even possess the communication skills that will allow her to talk about that. コミュ力低すぎて誰にも話しかけられないから大丈夫だと。You used to insult me. これ以上侮辱しないでくれ。But come to think of it, you're probably right. でも多分その通りだ。あうわうわ。いい。I'll see you later. また後でねと。Fear at least we discovered her identity. I'm glad we did, but what are we going to do now? それじゃこれから何するんだと。Of course, our next step will be unmasking the killer. 次は殺し屋だ。In her testimony, Rio talked about everyone. If we combine and compare all of the testimonies, I'm convinced that we will be able to unmask the killer. Could you take a look at this first? ちょっと待って。いや、今日はここまでだな。ごめん。すいません、皆さん、ありがとうございました。Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.